Guys, welcome to part 2 of the tutorial. This part you can either set up the Docker or the pycharm. My recommendation is to set up the pycharm IDE so that you can you have access to all the files and stuff. So you can either get the JetBrains student membership if you have a UFT account or any school account, and or you can use the Utra account that's in this document. Just ask someone in the team for the account. So I'm just gonna download the installer. Right click, extract here, and run the JetBrains Toolbox. So now I'm gonna open up the Toolbox, and I'm gonna pick the light seam because it's better, and then I'm gonna install pycharm Professional. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to open up pycharm Professional. I'm going to log in to the JetBrains account. And then click sign in. Go to pycharm, activate. Okay. Now go and open up the repository name. Trust project. Now I can see all the files here. You got the file, settings, projects, Python interpreter. So I'm going to use the system interpreter. Okay, so click show all, click add local interpreter, and then you want to click on system interpreter and make sure it's 3.8. Then click OK. Also one thing, second step, the gear doesn't exist anymore. Give me 1 second. Then I want to go here, show all, click on this interpreter pass, and I want to add the following 3 paths. What this does basically is it adds extra paths here. This one is a little bit hard to find. The Python 3. And the last one. You can also use the Docker Compose interpreter, but that's a little bit harder to set up. The instructions are a little bit changed. So install the launch valve plugins. So one way to do this is you can just go to any place where there's a launch valve and just click install Hatchery plugin. It just gives you some hinting when you're writing a launch file. So for debugging, let's go and sudo edit this file and just set this to 0. And later on I'll explain how to do that, and you can ignore this part. And after that, your ID is set up. So for example, you can go to any tests, such as most of the tests are in here. And run a Python test. Yeah, so the display is false, so set it to true. It will show up the robot, and the robot will run that test. Also, if you ever are running a test and you find out there's no logs, just click here, edit configurations, and have this -s file argument here. This way, when you run into a problem with a test, you'll know what's going on and you'll complain properly. Also, one important thing is to change your theme to the light theme, because otherwise some of the code doesn't work. And just to quickly and that's it for setting up your IDE. Thank you for listening to this tutorial. In the next one we will set up the Docker.